Queen Elizabeth's Breath II, executed by curious peasants to investigate shape-shifting alien claim. 20th anniversary of Tiananmen Square massacre celebrated by big business and grateful consumers. Pharaoh Barack Obama's Cairo speech wags finger and talks pish to world of Muslim voodoo. In the UK, democratic elections to be replaced by bullshit tasting sessions in supermarkets. Hello, economic units. Welcome to the fucking news. I'm stating the obvious. Here are the headlines tonight. In the ununited kingdom of Dundum, public concern over the existence of shape-shifting aliens in our royal family has finally been put to rest. For years, controversy reigned over whether our unelected Nazi head of state, her fantasy, Queen Lizard Breath II, and indeed her whole leech-like brood of undeserving parasites were human or not. Well, today the fucking news can exclusively reveal the answer. Here's our royal correspondent, Pheromone Gusset Sniffer, with the story.
The monarchy, held up as paragons of our national identity. The Queen, mother to our nation, squirting out offspring from her vagina with the correct DNA, ensuring the purity of our race, Sieg Heil, God bless her fantasy, and the continuity of our supremacy over other less good-looking races. Or does she? Rumours began to circulate that royals were in fact shape-shifting lizards from another dimension, evil demons from a nether world, here to suck our life energy and breed us as pets for their amusement. So it was that the revolution began with a whisper that ended today with the execution of her fantasy, Queen Lizard Breath II. A queen was tied to the post, a list of made-up crimes read out by an ambivalent civil servant. The firing squad stood ready. Aim, fire, shots rang out. A doctor pronounces her dead. Cheers went up here in the palace gardens and around the country. Then quiet, as the body of the Queen is dissected for evidence of alien shape-shiftiness. The doctor cuts right through her and reveals the shocking truth. Incontrovertible evidence of the true nature of royalty, unequivocal proof of the Queen's real identity. The doctor turns to show us the inside of the woman we thought may have been an extraterrestrial with superpowers, and it turns out she was just fascist scum. Straightforward, human but nasty. The Queen and all the royals are simply fascist privileged scum and not aliens after all. What a pity we had to kill them all to find out. More on that story later.
Celebrations have been taking place all over the world to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre in China. Grateful consumers of cheap electrical goods, Happy Meal toys and other inexpensive shit we don't need praised the forethought and commitment of the murdering scum who put down the democracy protests all those years ago. Here's our state murder correspondent, same as it ever was, with a special report.
I'm standing here in the square in the center of Beijing where 20 years ago the greatest threat to globalization's success was quickly and effectively crushed. The unelected masters of China, working on our behalf, could see in the cries for freedom the death knell of cheap shit produced by billions of economic slaves. If the people were allowed to choose their own leaders, why, they may not agree to die in coal mines, slave in factories. They may not support the oppression in Tibet, censorship of their media, torture of dissidents. In short, freedom would be very bad for business. So it was that the tanks rolled in, the machine guns cut down the thousands, and we in the West breathed a sigh of relief, slapped them on the back, and went on to prop up the fascist murdering scum by buying as much of their slave produce as possible. Truly, the massacre of Chinese democracy protests was a great day for business and the people who get rich from it. Back to you, stating the obvious.
In China, celebrations have been muted, with the government issuing this simple, short press release.
Everybody shut the fuck up about Tiananmen Square or we will kill you.
In Cairo, Pharaoh Barack Obama has made a keynote speech to the Muslim world. The speech contained Obama's delusion and pish about America and Islam. That should be vision of peace about America and Islam. Here he is outlining the issues.
America is not at war with Islam. America upholds the rights of people to believe any wacky, incredulous mumbo-jumbo they like. We ourselves have wacky voodoo gobbledygook to believe in back home. We believe all mumbly-jumbly is equal in the eyes of morons. America would like an end to extremism, violence, and brown people getting nuclear weapons, so that the world can be free to be bullied by white people with nuclear weapons. America would like nations to do unto others as they would have them do unto themselves, which is why we are expecting to be accused of shit we haven't done, made up by countries as an excuse to invade us and steal our natural resources. America supports the rights of Palestinians to be Israel's bitch and to quietly and peacefully complain about being fucked by them. We also support the right of Israel to have a bitch and fuck it. Americans believe in equality and just us because you are all likely to be exploited for the benefit of just us. Thank you, and may your gobbledygook mumbly jumbo on us all. God mumbly mumbly.
In the UK, plans have been announced to do away with democratic elections as the population become increasingly uninterested in voting. It seems that people now believe voting just legitimizes the lying, thieving scum's position, and if no one votes, they can't call it democracy. From now on, political parties and their representatives will be chosen by bullshit tasting sessions in supermarkets and on high streets up and down the country. Here's Gordon Brown describing how it works. A selection of bullshit from politicians will be put on unmarked plates. After tasting the shit and selecting a favourite, whose shit it was will be revealed. The politicians with the tastiest bullshit will be made MPs, and the leader of the party with the tastiest bullshit will be Prime Minister. I think this will be a fair, representative way of electing the government, and I personally believe that my shit is very tasty. Some say you can't tell the difference between Labour, Liberal and Tory shit these days, but I think you'll find David Cameron's shit is too rich and hard to swallow, whereas the Liberal Party's shit is watery and has no substance. New Labour's shit isn't as chewy as it used to be, but I guarantee personally this is the best shit we could come up with. Thanks, and now the weather. Rich, powerful voodoo people rule the world, like they always have done and always will, and there's nothing you can do about it, is there? Have a nice weekend.